The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager is a thriller book I wanted to read simply because I somewhat enjoyed her previous book, Final Girls. I didn't know that The Last Time I Lied is her second book, but Riley Sager's second book is terrible. I'm not going to beat around the bush. This book was pretty awful. Basically, The Last Time I Lied is about Emma Davis. She is a painter who has just released her first gallery showing. It's mildly successful. However, she doesn't have any more gas in the tank because she keeps repainting three girls on a canvas and then painting over that with forest sort of vibes, and her whole gallery is sort of forest and nature themed. However, she doesn't have anything else to go with, and her gay best friend Mark is her support system, and she's got this trauma. However, she is contacted by the person who owns the camp where the three girls disappeared. When Emma was a teenager, three girls disappeared and she was the only one who didn't disappear. And there was a whole bunch of big scandal because of the missing girls. And 15 years later, the woman Franny wants her to come back because she wants to reopen the camp for some reason. So Emma doesn't want to really go back to the camp, but her best friend Mark tells her maybe, she can get a little bit of emotional healing by doing this. And, it's not the best, for her emotionally, but she decides she wants to go there to try it out. So Emma returns to the camp and unsettling things happen. There might be a peeping Tom, someone vandalizes their cabin. Small things happen, but all of this is really uninteresting and not very exciting or thrilling. It's like tiptoeing around. The book wants to be like a hard-boiled crime thriller, like missing people, but the book also wants to be like a psychological thriller, and I guess the two elements just don't really mesh or go well together because you're not really invested in either one. It's like the book is trying to be both, and it doesn't really quite make it. And the book is really boring too. Emma doesn't really have much of a backstory except for the whole, incident that happened at the camp. So she spends a lot of the book just like, being at the camp. She's surrounded by other people and stuff. There was one really good part of the book where you think it's a flashback, but it's not. That was really great. That was the only good part of the book. But the book's finale, the climax, the payoff, so lame. That happens so quick. And then there's another twist they throw in there that's even more preposterous than the last. And even if you think about it after you've closed the last cover of the book, it's just, logistically it doesn't make sense at all, really. It's just, this thriller was not a thriller. It was boring. The characters were shallow. I didn't really buy the whole psychological aspect or the missing girls crime thing. It just didn't really play up any thriller elements, really. I guess it evolved. The book was a tad shallow in the terms of like the characters are there and they're doing things, but it doesn't really try to like suck you into how isolated they are. Like they're at this camp where no electricity is allowed except for the main lodge, but people can sneak in there and charge their phones. So like you're not really isolated. And I guess the book just doesn't try to paint a picture of, a thriller, like you're trapped in this camp or anything. It doesn't feel like that. And I guess, the book just didn't dive deep enough, I think. So The Last Time I Lied is a very tepid thriller. It doesn't really, thrill. There's one good part of the book I liked in the middle. Characters didn't really do anything for me. It definitely was a step down from Final Girls. So I do not recommend The Last Time I Lied. Do not read this book. I'm not trying to like slam the author or anything. I really had a bad time with this book. It wasn't good. That's all.